Gets the start for the third time in 4 games as the forward. Her and Ava Lung have switched spots at times this year. But it's a lot of getting the ball forward, a lot of time in the attacking end. The shots and the shots on goal have really ticked up all year, especially the shots on target the last 2 games. And it's plays like this with Streisik putting a long ball out there for Sid Sagala to run after. But there is Kaylee West there defensively. Look at the pressure that the Eagles are going to put on. Streisik gets a takeaway and then is taken down. And a whistle from Richard Krogi, our referee today. And Boston College, just like that, gets a free kick here in the first few seconds. Eagles with this 3-0 start, averaging more than 22 shots per game, more than 11 on target per contest. That is nearly a 50% rate of shots on goal on target to shots, which is right where Chris Watkins wants his team to be. Free kick, Streisik. Starts looking for a header, nobody there. May have been some miscommunication on that one. No one was on the back end of it. So goal kick coming up for Keely Thomas, redshirt sophomore from Richmond, Virginia. Started her career at Longwood University and then the last couple of seasons here with LIU. 2-time conference rookie of the week last year, I should say. In fact, to start her career with LIU, went over 191 minutes without surrendering a goal. Pretty impressive. There's Baylor Goldthwaite in the middle, coming in from Wake Forest this year, and that pass didn't have enough on it, so Kaylee West was right there momentarily for the Sharks. Grace Corder, who's played one of the center back spots, Amalia Dre the other one. They've played every minute together in the 2 center back spots and have worked pretty well together so far. Here's Ella Richards, stops, nice job to stay on possession. Got the ball across, was looking for Streisik, who does weave back in, causes a takeaway. Is there a shot to be had? It goes! Streisik gets her 2nd goal of the year on a ball plinkoing around the goal line, and eventually an own goal finds its way in, and BC leads 1-0. So the beginning part of that play is made kind of right on the edge of the box with Streisik staying with it. And then eventually that ball was still spinning around, and that is kind of exactly the point of why you just get shots on target, because something can happen. And that's exactly what just happened right there. Ends up off of Streisik's right foot, now onto her left foot. Now is onside, looking to create more. It's still loose for Sapienza. Couldn't get it all the way through. So it was blocked out by the back line.
Hey, runners, well done. Let's go, ladies, keep it up.
So good start for Boston College. That ball eventually bounced off of an LIU defender, and it had so much spin on it. It's a question as to whether that was going to stay with the right angle to get in without going wide of the post, and eventually it did. So Streisik is the one who takes it. Officially, it's an own goal. LIU will look to adjust down a goal early. Here is Goldthwaite. Goldthwaite throws it forward. So the Eagles have been a touch off on some of these really deep long passes. But they got one to go. Looking to adjust here in the early going. Free kick coming up for LIU. Here is Sapienza, good positioning, and starts wide for Sarai Costello. So the ruling right now is that is an own goal called against LIU, so it will not count for Streisig. Here is Streisig, back for Goldthwait. A lot of time on this end of the pitch, though, and that is what Boston College has done here consistently this year. Sapienza sets up, got knocked out of the air momentarily, and then Proviano couldn't hold it on the line. Throw in deep coming up. So third minute own goal as this in the lead for Boston College. And back to center and quarter. To the corner for Streisig to go get it. She was out by the time she got to that ball. So possession to LIU. We saw Grace Quarter stepping up a little bit more last time out against Gardner-Webb than maybe in the first couple of games. Willing to be a little bit more involved in the offense. That had to do with just how many players were behind the ball for Gardner-Webb in that game, and there was some space to move up from the center back role. This is knocked out in the bench area, throw in for Boston College. Spins out of bounds once again. Starting to make the point, it's just so much time at this end of the field. If you've had to defend against Boston College so far in this 2024 season, it can just kind of wear you down a bit. And the Eagles have taken advantage. Here's Douglas. Douglas has played really well so far. And that left back spot for Boston College so far this year. That lead ball for Richards. Richards did a good job to keep that going, and then it's cleared out. The Eagles stay with possession here. Get a deep throw from Streisig. Douglas once more. Sapienza, nice back pass for Douglas, whose chance on a bounce is controlled by Thomas.
That's what we need right there.
Sagala tried to get positioning, but West was in good position. Kaylee West, a sophomore, played in 8 games last year. Has gone the distance so far in the early portion of this 2024 campaign. Shots are 2-0 Boston. One on targets, found the back of the net. Ella Richards on the near side, back for Streisig. It's been involved early and created that opening goal, which ended up deflecting in off an LIU defender. This ball for Richards, actually over the top for Streisig, who couldn't control it before it goes out over the end line. Would have been onside as well.
When it switches out, one of you just drop down on 20 as the pivot.
It's a pretty good ball. So a reset in 10 minutes into this first half. 1-0, Boston College leads over LIU. Sapienza first on it, knocks it down. Clark gives it right back. The veteran Sapienza was looking for Richards. Taken off by Coillard. Aaliyah Coillard, the senior midfielder. Coach Giavato said she kind of runs our engine out there. And in fact, is even back in what you would call more of a center back role right now, by being listed as a midfielder on the card. A lot of pressure. Betty Hall kind of left it in an open area for Sigala to find it. And Georgina Clark hustling over. Got it away from Proviano. Proviano scored LIU's first goal of the season. Only goal to this point in game number 1 against U Albany. Headed out. There's so many players behind the ball when you're having to defend this much. Let's see if LIU can turn this into some offensive time at the other end. Young team, new team, playing a different style. And this year 1 over Tom Giavato. He was hired late in the process as well. Wasn't hired until the first week of June. So after any kind of opportunity you would have had to practice in the spring, scrimmage in the spring. So he's really still kind of only known these players in person for a couple of weeks since they came in at the start of the month. Long ball for Costello. That should settle nicely. Costello across, just had to get a touch quickly. Couldn't really direct it to anyone. Along the sideline, Clark and Proviano over there. And it's out. Proviano passing. Oh, look at Goldthwait step up and then got held. See, that's where when you have to defend this much, it puts more and more emphasis on every foray forward. And Goldthwait steps up, takes it away, and then that leads to the foul called against Jane Bossler. Grad student from Reading, Pennsylvania, started her career at USC Upstate. Eagles trying to move to 4-0 to start this young season, which would exceed their win total already from last year. And rebuild this program under first-year head coach Chris Watkins after a quite successful 8-year run as the head coach of Gonzaga. Streisig does get a touch on it. Sapienza back to get it. And the ball's forward for Clark. Straight through for Streisig. Streisig couldn't get it past a fast-charging Thomas. That's a really good ball, though. Georgina Clark, who's a first year from Hopkinton, Mass, has just exceeded every expectation so far. Talked with Chris Watkins about her this week. Described her as quick, really ambitious on the ball, defends really hard. Got the makings of a really good player and has stepped into a role as a freshman. Boston College was a little bit short in the midfield numbers-wise, and she's played great. Onside again. Sigala to her right foot. Sigala across, looking for Streisig. It was just behind her. Nearly had a chance again. Just comes out. Stays with Boston College. Sapienza back for Douglas. Eagles retreat back all the way for Dre. Another freshman who stepped in, played really well. In the role at center back. Sigala working against West. Goldthwaite knocks it way up in the air. Thomas came out against Ella Richards. Then Sigala follows it up. Richards kind of hit off the arm. Flag ended up on that far side. So 15+ minutes in, still 1-0. A lead for Boston College on what's officially gone down as an own goal. A shot from Streisig that deflected off an LIU defender in front. Just went in inside the post. Eagles still on it, Sigala. You see her speed on the outside. That is corner kick number 1 of the game for Boston College. Well, of all the numbers that stand out on this Eagles team, shots on target, the corner kicks is really the biggest jump that BC has made. They're averaging 10 corner kicks per contest the first 3 games of the season. That is tied for 5th most nationally. Obviously very early. A pretty good start. Streisig, first one of the game, sets up. That one goes in on its own. Streisig scores on the corner. And that one is her goal, and it's 2-0 Boston College. An 18th minute corner kick goal from Streisig. So she had the first shot that ended up going in, officially an own goal, and that one will count as her goal. That is her 2nd of the year. 3 shots already in the game. Good performance so far from Streisig. And it's 2-0 Boston College. In the first 18 minutes of this Sunday afternoon from Newton. Whistle here with a couple of players tied up. Talia Valdez, the redshirt freshman, and Sapienza for BC. And it will be LIU ball. So can they make something of this? Off the free kick. Oh, that's loose. There's a chance. It's deflected away. I think that was Quarter in front of Vivka Villebrand, who got the start for BC in goal. And now the Eagles, can they change field? Richards is onside. 2-on-2 with Sigala. Richards, good footwork. Wide for Sigala, has to run around it. Got it back for Douglas. Spinning ball in, deflected. Sapienza touching it over for Streisig. Eagles will have to reset the play a bit. Sapienza, nice move. Sapienza, missed wide. See, the numbers on Sapienza last year did not have a goal on her ledger, but was certainly not for lack of work.
Get around her, get around her.
Already with an assist so far this year. Strysak's second goal has Boston College up 2-0. Another ball in for Richards on the back post and is wide off her left foot.
Right side, okay? No, go to the middle. Go to the middle. Yeah, step right out here on the right, okay?
A lot of pressure from the Eagles. Seven shots for Boston College, 4 of them on target. Shots are 7-1 overall in the game. That one opportunity just a few moments ago off the free kick that Grace Quarter knocked away. Goldthwaite will work it back for Dre. Quarter so solid on the ball. Dre's been very good as well. Costello. Whistle came out before. Here's Costello. Costello does get to it, but could only hit the side of the net. This is what Boston College can throw at you. And they're playing with a level of confidence, and we've talked a little bit about it for our shows so far this year. Chris Watkins certainly echoed that. He said, you know, you can tell that this group believes they're going to score goals, that they have that in them. And that's a great place to start from. The question will be, as the opponents start to get tougher in conference play in the ACC, probably bar none the best conference in the country, can you keep that belief as the Eagles here are offside? That'll be the question as the Eagles continue to go forward. This game number 4 of the season. We'll play 8 non-conference games before the ACC opener against Notre Dame on September 12th. We'll be right here on a Thursday night, nationally on ACC Network. 9 non-conference games in total. They'll go back into non-conference play one more time after a couple of league games. So that stayed loose and then finally was cleared from Couillard. No chance to get to it there for LIU. So Vivka Villabrandt's back on it. Quarter near side. Headed out, still with Boston College. An own goal plus a Strysak goal. Almost could credit Strysak with 2. Lead is 2 right now. Quarter and Dre have switched spots for the moment. A little bit of pressure here from Schubert. Stephanie Schubert, a sophomore, was an NEC All-Rookie team selection last year. Quarter forward for Sigala. Sigala trying to get wide, and it's knocked out. That was deflected out in the process. So Boston College will have corner kick number 2. There's Sigala's speed, getting wide on the outside. So can get in position to earn a corner like that. Working against Kaylee West, who's been the assignment most of the game so far. And Strysak, who just scored. In fact, they actually called a foul, beg your pardon. So it will be a free kick, but right near the corner kick spot where Streisig just scored from just a few moments ago. Looking for a header, too tall for Sapienza. And time called. We're gonna have a water break here. If the temperature is over a certain threshold, they will stop for a hydration break. Boston College holds a 2-0 lead. We'll be back with you after this hydration break momentarily on ACC Network Extra.
Get it out. Too many freaking players. You're playing right back in that seat. I don't want to see that. Play the way it's supposed to play.
So when we break into the offensive third, when we're established in the offensive third, that's really narrow. Meaning our 7-11 are covering space, but almost losing space. Really important to keep the side of the ball here. Move side forward, play down in the center, so the last they can run across.
Tom, you want her now? You want her now? You come on.
So a 2-0 lead for Boston College as we get ready to restart after the hydration break. Real field temperature is pushing 90 degrees here in Newton after we've had a couple of cool days. False fall. Summer has returned here at the end of August, so hydration break, and this is where the Eagles have taken off through their first 3 games of this season. You can add in today's total as well. Those shot numbers, those shots on target, the corner kicks really stand out. And that's as much about, you know, a difference in style and then playing well in that style so far this year. There's Dre, does a good job to knock it down. Goldthwaite gets it started for Clark. Lead ball for Sigala. Got to it. Sigala, who scored 3 times already this year, adds another. Another great ball from Clark, and Sid Sigala with goal number 4 on her season. It's 3-0 Boston College. The 26th minute goal. And again, it's Clark with a great ball over the top to set it up. She has played so well.
Okay, we win now.
To start her season in a role that Boston College really needed. And how about Sigala here, who that's 4 goals to begin this season. Last year had 3 assists on her total and 1 goal as a freshman. But has kind of been unlocked to begin this season, playing up front on that right side.
Back it up, please. Back it up, please.
Yeah, V. Yeah, V.
Sigala, who's a member of the Boston College track and field program. award-winning member of that team. So again, kind of the numbers that you're looking for. We asked Chris Watkins this week, and he said, I'm not necessarily looking for a number of shots. It's more about number of times balls are in certain areas and then marking from there. But the big thing is, can you get that shots on target to about almost 50% of the shots that you've taken in the game, 48, 49. If you can be in that range, that's a real positive. And the Eagles are not only averaging that for the season, they're averaging 11 shots on goal to 22 shots total. So about 50%, right where they want to be. But once again, the case today. 5 of their 8 shots today have been on target, and 3 of them have found the back of the net. All bouncing around. Turn back, but no problem for Vivka Villebrand.
Good job, B-girl. Hey, not too high. One higher, one deeper. Ollie higher, Monty deeper. Good job, B-girl.
Eagles building once again. Good job to come across by Valdez to take that away, but then Sapienza right there. Creates a turnover for Boston College. Streisik, left foot forward, was looking kind of for a Segala run to take off. It wasn't quite there. Ball is out of bounds for a throw. Half-hour mark approaching in this opening stanza, and a bunch of subs about to come in for Boston College, 4 of them, in fact. Paige Peltier, Ava Lung, Andy Barth, and Sophia Lowenberg all into the game for Boston College. Goldthwait, Richards, Segala, Streisik all check out. Ball is out of bounds for a throw.
Find it here.
Yeah, double. Grace early, go. Hey, yeah, check.
One of the positives of this Boston College offense so far this year is how they have gotten pretty good production from their second group. Paige Peltier has 2 goals and 2 assists so far in the young season. Coming in as a transfer from Notre Dame. Ava Lung, transfer from Harvard, still on that ball. And got it across momentarily before it was knocked up in the air. Villebrand decides to use her left foot, knock it out on the near side. Segala, of her 4 goals, 2 of them she scored in the game. She came off the bench in game 2 against Merrimack. A little bit of pressure here from LIU. That's knocked off of the Sharks. And Boston College will have a throw. Smart play by Grace Corder to knock it off Stephanie Schubert. Lowenberg over for Sapienza, who settles it down well. Good ball forward for Ava Lung. Onside, Lung sets up a corner kick. Ava Lung was part of a couple of Harvard really successful NCAA tournament teams. Last year, they won the Ivy League tournament title for the first time, made the second round of the NCAA tournament. This is corner kick number 3 for BC today. Beg your pardon, corner kick number 2 so far. Andy Barth back to get it. For corner number 1, the Eagles scored on. Streisig scoring clean from the corner. Make it a 2-0 game at that point. It's 3 right now as we play here with 13 minutes to go. Costello for Peltier. Trying to wait as long as possible to end up getting a shot. This is still in, but eventually the flag is up on that far side. So LIU possession. Boston College looking to start 4-0, which, as we said, would exceed last year's win total as they start this rebuild under Chris Watkins. Race quarter. Douglas willing to jump up into the rush. Here's Ava Lung for Douglas. And once again back for Grace Quarter. Quarter, who played for Chris Watkins at Gonzaga the last couple of years, came over to Boston College for this grad year. There are a bunch of key seniors on this roster. Overlapping run, Douglas throws it across, still loose. Peltier got a left foot, then the follow sneaks in. Andy Barth has her first goal of the year. BC leads 4-0. A nice overlapping run by Douglas. Couple of subs will come in here for Boston College. Sapienza and Clark will come off for Ashley Roberts and Delaney Van Pelt. And Andy Barth becomes Boston College's 6th different goal scorer this year. Her first points. In the 34th minute. Started with an own goal set up by Streisig, and then Streisig scoring clean off the corner. Sigala's 4th of the year set up by Clark. And then Andy Barth. Most goals in almost 2 years for Boston College today. Besides their early total against Merrimack a couple of games ago, it just shows you how this offense has turned its fortunes here under Chris Watkins. Bella Douglas knocks it down. But again, you know, they've been able to find scoring early in the season, again, not just from 1 or 2 players. So with that Barth goal, as we said, that's 6 goal scorers and 10 different players with at least a point. Lowenberg didn't quite keep that going with 9:07 remaining. And a free kick coming up for LIU. Remember, LIU's only shot of this game came off of that free kick earlier in this first half. Led to a good opportunity that Quarter had to take. Another free kick coming in, looking for a header on one bounce, and Villabrandt keeps it out. That was Grace Henning, who was the one to take the header. Lowenberg goes wide. So it's 4 goals on 6 shots on target of 9 shots total. Good takeaway by Talia Valdez, redshirt freshman. Barth across. One header, still alive in the box though. Van Pelt, nice touch to keep it going. Douglas, smart play. Back for Quarter. And that is too far. Knocked down by Dre. Van Pelt chips it forward for Ava Lung. Back for Lowenberg. And too strong on that touch. Sophia Lowenberg from Trumbull, Connecticut. Ms. Watkins has talked a lot about the importance of building up a recruiting base in this area. So many coaches do. Ball is out of bounds for a throw. Ava Lung got to the middle of the field. A lot of space here for Van Pelt. Skips it wide. Here did get a piece of it. Out of bounds again for a throw. Lowenberg flips it ahead for Ava Lung. Good defensive play that time by LIU. And they do keep it going to avoid the corner kick. Another sub here for Boston College, Riley Prazo. First year from Connecticut comes in. replacing Bella Douglas.
White throw here, white throw.
Good first half for Douglas. Out of bounds for a goal kick. More shots by Thomas so far. She has made 3 saves as well. Again, a lot of opportunity for Boston College. Taken away by Morgan Sherrill, first-year defender from Frederick, Maryland. And Porter will give it back for Ivka Villebrand. Lead ball for Costello, switches sides with Prazo. That's forward for Lung. Ava Lung got a piece, but Thomas was out. Eagles kept it alive for a moment. Van Pelt's tied up with Valdez. Costello steps up. Good ball for Lung, keeps it going. Sarai Costello on the left side, over Peltier right in front. Good closing defensive play, still alive for Roberts. Good slide tackle from behind, and that's finally cleared. Van Pelt still on it to her left foot. Boy, there were a couple of really solid defensive plays, and then a whistle here. And Richard Krogi will stop play. A yellow card is assessed. So a little too much on the end of it against Ava Lung. But there were some really good opportunities that looked like they were not just grade A plus chances that were about to develop. And at least twice, maybe even a third time, LIU, good individual defensive work to take away some of those chances. Can they respond with anything on the offensive end? With 2:22 to go in this first half, where the Eagles have found 4 goals. Roberts' pass knocked down. Costello, good header. Had Nordstrom behind her. Lena Nordstrom, first year from Sweden. Throwing for Boston College, 1:34 to go in this first half. Van Pelt forward. Lowenberg slides down, gets the takeaway clean. Chris Watkins will love that. He's talked a lot about how important he feels like it is for this group to be really effective at their slide tackling, being able to take the ball away. Prazo's ball is wide. Knocked down by Van Pelt. Here's Peltier. Another attempt at a slide there, but is whistled for a foul. And that will do it for half number 1. So the Eagles get 4 on the board. And Boston College a 4-0 halftime lead over LIU. An own goal started it. And then it was Streisik, Segala, and Andy Barth, first goal of the year in minute 34. So that's where we are as we get ready to start half number 2. And we will see if the Eagles can finish off what would be a 4-0 start to this 2024 campaign, which would be already more wins than they had a year ago. This rebuild under first-year head coach Chris Watkins. But again, you just want to talk about where Boston College is in terms of statistically where the numbers are. They continue to match up right in line with where their season averages have been so far this year, with where we expected them to be based on Chris Watkins's teams of years past. Here's Streisik, who gets the ball to her left foot. Good cross. Streisik looking for Segala, and the header was there first by LIU, with Sapienza going to chase after it. That was Couillard who was there for LIU to knock it out on the near side. Throw-in is coming up for BC. Clark, nice move. Clark, that got knocked down and cleared back towards center, but Grace Quarter is right there for BC. Not a ton of transfers into this roster this year, but the ones that Chris Watkins found have been really, really important, most notably Quarter. Taylor Goldthwaite as well, who's started each game so far in the midfield. Here's Richards, header off the bar. A great setup by Douglas on the outside, and Ella Richards banged that one off the post. What a great feed, equally good header. And it did not miss by much. Segala takes it away. This is the Eagles starting group back on the field to begin half number 2. Skipping ball forward, Streisik. Flag stays down. Streisik in position, waits across, they score! Sapienza makes it 5-0. An unselfish ball by Streisik. And Sapienza, who scores her first goal of the year. First goal since her junior season when she scored 4. And the grad student here in the 48th minute. Streisik gets an assist. And it is 5-0, Boston College the lead. Streisik did a really good job to get that ball forward and to do so onside. Again, I think the big picture takeaway when you play in the ACC, which is as good a league as there is in college soccer on the women's side. In fact, we were talking with Chris Watkins before the year. He said that, you know, one coach in their meeting said it might be the 4th best league in the world, ACC women's soccer. You could probably argue that point, 4, 5, 6, somewhere in there. But the fact that it's even a conversation point kind of just speaks to how hard a league it is. So there's no doubt that the competition in the ACC is extremely difficult. And the Eagles will start with 15th ranked Notre Dame in conference play on Thursday, September 12th. But the thing that you take away is, again, this system, this style, the confidence that Boston College is playing with that they have the ability to score goals when they need to. If you can play with that level of confidence, it is such an added benefit when you get to that time of year. Can they keep that confidence up? And they have certainly, no matter what the final scores have been or are going to be in non-conference, they've gotten to a point where they're playing with that level of belief that they are going to be able to score. Second time Boston College has posted 5 goals this year. Against Merrimack 2 games ago, and now here against LIU. Wide for Cheryl. Looking for a header from Jane Bossler. Played back to center and then knocked forward. Over the top, Schubert trying to chase it down against Sarai Costello, knocks it out to the near side. Costello knocks it down for Clark. Here is Taylor Goldthwaite. We started to have that transfer conversation. So you look at Goldthwaite from Wake Forest, Grace Corder from Gonzaga this year. And you add in Paige Peltier as a depth forward who's already scored a couple of times, 2 assists coming in from Notre Dame. And Ava Lung coming over from Harvard. All winning programs. That's been a theme too of the transfers that BC has brought in, even going back a few years. Aislinn Streisik came in after 2 years with Alabama. That last year they had made the College Cup. Another header chance. Sigala, it's straight up in the air. Thomas does control it. And even the year prior to that, Emily Sapienza played 2 years at Rutgers, with Rutgers advancing to the College Cup that year before she came to Chestnut Hill. So players from winning programs trying to look for a little bit more playing time. It's blended well, and there's enough senior and veteran leadership on this team that even with a new coach coming in, they've been able to hit the ground running. That's knocked out. Whistle here, Corder boxing out Jane Bossler. And LIU's called for the foul. Streisik down the left wing. Streisik, nice move to get to her right foot and earns the corner kick. Natural on her left foot, but equally good going to her right in those offensive advantageous spots. She scored once on a corner kick. It would have been from the opposite side from this. Left foot bending out this time. On a bounce, the follow goes. And it's 6-0 Boston College. Grace Corder in a good spot. That time Streisik's left-footed ball bending out away from the goal, and it bounced once before finding its way through. Grace Corder makes it 6-0 Boston College here in the 54th minute. Corder was the one who touched it We'll see if they officially mark it as an own goal off the deflection or Quarter gets credit for it. Either way, it is 6-0 as that ball is out of bounds. Took at least one bounce in the mixer, maybe even two. There was a sub there for LIU. Paige Letourneau comes in, sophomore from Connecticut. Came into the game for the first year, Emma Panagiotakopoulos. First year from Canada. Here's Goldthwaite. Will retreat back. Here is Streisik on the wide side. Streisik to her left foot, comes back right. It's created the corner kick that led to the goal, which is now officially marked as an own goal. Quarter was in the area, but it was LIU who got a last touch on it. So 6-0 is our score with Boston College up. Schubert cuts to the middle. Wide for Proviano. Quarter is out there. Good slide. Got around Streisik, and then it's out. Douglas was right there. Oh, Douglas, such a tough defender. It's been in that left back role all year.
Yep, Alma, take your space. Alma. Yeah, Grace.
Sit, 20 yards higher.
Dre and Quarter, the two center backs. Leading what has been a clean sheet for the moment for Boston College. Sagala, here is Costello actually, who steps up to get it. Costello still working hard on it. Costello is called for the foul. That arm kind of just wrapped up a little.
Get back here, White.
LIU, again, we mentioned, new head coach, came in late in the game, so it's still only the first couple of weeks and playing in one of those one big leads where you're trying to build towards conference play, which begins on September 19th. It's Mercyhurst in the NEC. NEC which had a bunch of changes over the last couple of years, as many conferences certainly have. This is the most goals that Boston College has scored in a game since 2018, when they scored 7 in a 7-0 win against Pittsburgh on October 25th, 2018. For their last couple of games before their last NCAA tournament appearance. That shot was deflected off Goldthwait, so it's a corner kick for LIU. Proviano, the senior from Pittsburgh, is the one to take it. Here is Schubert, big shot, missed high. Here is Segala, picks it up. Segala down the right side, 2 defenders there, she's still on it. Segala throws it across, looking for a back post run, wasn't quite there, but Douglas follows up. Douglas's try is too high. 15 minutes into this second half, it is 6-0 BC. Boston College continuing to do a nice job pushing forward. A little bit of pushback here from LIU. Again, as we've talked about, a totally different style. Here is Segala. Segala again to her right foot, that time too strong on the touch, and it ends up going out. Whistle here, this going back the other way. Streisig ended up on the turf. Free kick for Grace Corder. Goes short with it to Dre. LIU pushing back quickly off the takeaway. And the flag was up on the far side, so the whistle is out. That's Paige Letourneau So Villabrandt to take it from the back with Boston College up 6 in the second half here from Newton. Shot numbers may actually end up a little bit down in this game from the last few just by the nature of the way the game has played out. But the ratio is what stands out. 8 of 14 shots have been on target. 6 of them have found the back of the net officially. 2 have been marked as own goals. Goldthwaite slides. This is Letourneau. And Sarai Costello's there on a takeaway. Sapienza has a lot of space. Ball forward for Segala is too far.
Second touch there.
Pressuring me. Yeah, I got cover.
The free kick coming up, 25-14 is all that remains here in this second half. It's 6-0, Boston College the lead, and Grace Quarter again will just go short with it. Segala to her left foot. Segala comes to her right, throws it across, and that is out of bounds. Bunch of subs about to come in here for LIU. 5 players in all. Grace Henning is back on. Kaylee West is back on. Talia Valdez. Elena Nordstrom is back in, as well as Lola Gitlin, a true freshman from Port Washington. Costello steps up, nice play. Good ball forward for Richards, just a little bit too far. Eagles continue to be okay working through their back line at this stage. Again, with a 6-goal game. Knocked out by Scala. 4 home games to start the season for Boston College. They're trying to put this one away and win all 4 before they head on the road for the first time. Oh, there's Streisik. Good ball forward for Streisik. Streisik to her left foot, and it's blocked. Still alive for Clark. Settles, Streisik, pokes it towards goal. Didn't have a ton on it. Boston College will be on the road for the first time. They will be at Dartmouth coming up next Thursday. That'll be available over on ESPN+. A couple of Ivy League road games, Dartmouth and Cornell, sandwiched in by UMass a week from today. The ACC opener looming with Notre Dame. It'll be really fascinating to see, can the Eagles translate this offensive production into the best conference in the country? They did not win a game last year, though they did perform fairly well as the year went on. Notable games late. They tied their final 4 ACC matches 1-1 after starting 0-6 in conference play. That included ties in their last 2 games on the road at Virginia and then at home against number 3 North Carolina in the finale, in what ended up being Anson Dorrance's final regular season game as the head coach of North Carolina. Ended up retiring this year just before the season. Whistle here. And Boston College is about to start to sub some folks into the game with 21 plus minutes remaining. Keely Thomas comes all the way out to play it for LIU. Sapienza and Goldthwait both get heads on it. Good touch by Segala. Here's Costello. Segala steps up and takes it away. Ahead for Ella Richards. Richards tried to get a ball through to Streisig. Center backs were in good position there for LIU. Subs here for BC, 5 of them in all. Lowenberg, Roberts, Lung, Barth, and Peltier all into the game for Richards, Goldthwait, Sapienza, Segala, and Streisig. Likely be the end of the day for that group of the Boston College starters. Everybody but the back 4 subbed out for BC on that last sequence. Shots are now 16-4. Shots on goal are 9-1. Corner kick number a little bit lower today than the last couple of games, so that number will come down, but sometimes it's a function of the game as much as anything. And of the 3 corners Boston College had, 1 of them went in. Here's Barth. Gets to it onside. Andy Barth has a goal already. He keeps it going. Costello got it forward, side of the box for Clark. Clark throws it across. Peltier was right there. Got caught up in the legs. A couple of different players, and we will take a break for hydration here. Just over 19 minutes remaining in this second half. It's 6-0 Boston College, the lead over LIU. The conclusion of this game in just a couple of moments.
Let's go, White! Energy here, last 20! Go, White! Grayson,
Lower, T, go closer. Grace. Go in more. Help us win this first. Grace, go closer to win the header.
So we restart here in Newton, 6-0 lead for Boston College over LIU. 6 goals on the board, 2 of them officially credited as own goals on plays set up by Streisig and Quarter. And then the goal scorers for BC today, Streisig, Segala, Sapienza, and Barth. That's where we are. Most goals in a game in the regular season since 2018 for Boston College, here today with their 6. It's now 14 goals on the season for Boston College. These first 4 games of the season. And if they can navigate this final 18-18, they will have win number 4 on the year, which will exceed their total from 2023. Lowenberg decides to come to the near side. Riley Prazo back in the game for Boston College. And that is Peltier, who found the ball loose. Peltier across. It was behind the intended target, Lung. But Ashley Roberts has to go get it. Roberts, the first year from British Columbia, has a goal already this year. Here's Ava Lung from deep on one hop, controlled by Thomas. Shot on goal number 10. Shot number 17. Here is Lowenberg trying to run it down. Out of bounds on the near side. Lowenberg back for Douglas. Good ball for Ava Lung to run underneath it. Willing to go back for Douglas, New Jersey native. Into the midfield, Lowenberg. Here's Prazo. Andy Barth with a goal today, chips it on for Thomas. Barth, good read. And LIU's back on possession here. Out of bounds on the far side for a throw. Lowenberg steps up. Long for Roberts. Lowenberg over the head of Barth. Actually had decent positioning there against Lauren Matthews. Andy Barth throws it across, then tried to follow up, and it's going to be called for the foul on the follow after it was cleared out by Talia Valdez. So an LIU goal kick. Grace Corder calling out the defensive tactics. Sets up room for Barth. Peltier was way offside. I kind of knew it as well, but there was nowhere better to go other than just to reset the play.
Push it up for the left, please. Push it up for the left, please. Keep going out. Let's go out.
So Kaylee Thomas off the restart. Beg your pardon, actually it's a new goalie. That's Sophia Shackham, the first-year keeper, who is in for LIU. Brazo. Throws it across. And that is cleared out. Brazo again to the back post. Good job to get a paw on it by Shakim. With 12:45 remaining in this second half. Goal kick coming up. Peltier settles it, looking forward for Lung. Lowenberg. A lot of minutes in the midfield the last couple of years. Now has that experience to lead on. Douglas got knocked off. And it's back for Quarter. Good work by Quarter. Throws it towards the box. Clark did get a piece of it. For LIU on the takeaway with 12 to go. Dre steps up. Clark was trying to go wide for Ava Lung. And then Roberts is whistled for the foul. Grace Quarter will take the free kick. Spinning ball, looking for Barth. Did just get a ever so slight touch on it. Roberts chases it down. Barth is trying to go backwards. Brazo steps up. Foul again assessed to LIU. Good spot here to work on these free kicks, set pieces. Quarter this time with the right foot. Oh, Douglas was there for it, but was offside. With 10 minutes to go. Weston College looking to move to 4-0 to begin this 2024 season. The Lung will let that ball go out. And some subs are about to come in. A new goalkeeper coming in for BC. Maya Cheeseborough, a first year, will come in for the first time in her college career. First year keeper from Bethesda, Maryland. Will replace Vivka Villebrand. Delaney Van Pelt is also in for BC. Sophie Paffrath also comes in, junior from Germany. Played a couple of years for Edward Waters University, a D2 school. Her first year here with LIU. Peltier putting some pressure on. Ava Lung there as well. Here's Roberts. Peltier, one touch, looking for Van Pelt. Lauren Matthews was right there for LIU. Nice takeaway by Douglas. So good at reading the ball and then putting it in a spot for Lung to come underneath it. Lung across. Just enough of a touch before Barth was called for the foul. So a couple of fouls in the box called against Boston College here on this sequence. 8 minutes to go. LIU will stay in New England. So likely a trip home in between. They will be at New Hampshire coming up next Sunday. That'll be their next game on the docket. Told you all about conference play, building to that point in the NEC. But it is nice to see an athletic program at the non-power level, seemingly as that shot missed high, pushing, investing more and more into athletics, and that's what LIU is doing. It was one of the reasons that Tom Giavato was really excited, talking with administration about the resources they're going to put in, expecting a new turf field coming shortly. LIU became a unified athletic program between the two main Long Island campuses, LIU Post and LIU Brooklyn. Back in that 2019-20 season, they kept LIU Brooklyn's NEC affiliation, but rebranded as the Long Island Sharks. We've seen what they've done in men's hockey the last couple of years, pushing forward. They've really been willing to make an investment. That is a good sign. Should be exciting times ahead for LIU as a entire athletics program. Kind of, and it coincides, of course, in matching, you know, Tom Giavato was the longtime head coach, 16 years as the head coach at St. Francis Brooklyn on the men's side. 5 NCAA tournaments in a span of 2013 to 2021. And then I remember St. Francis Brooklyn deciding somewhat out of nowhere, at least to the public, to shut down athletics totally at the end of 2023. So the entire athletic department was just shuttered. And so it left him without a job, left a lot of people without a job. Now, in those last couple of years that he was with St. Francis, he had started to transition over to director of soccer. Bella Douglas will come out here. Nice performance here today. So he had started to work with the women's program a little bit, as well as being the men's head coach. But last year, an assistant at Fordham on the men's side, and Bren told him he should talk to the folks at LIU even about the women's side. So something new for him, coaching on the women's side this year, but getting an opportunity to be a head coach again. After he did a really nice job with St. Francis Brooklyn. LIU Brooklyn and St. Francis Brooklyn were kind of rivals in the NEC for a long time, so not totally unfamiliar. Peltier got knocked down with 5:25 remaining here in the second. Again, Boston College will be on the road for the first time this year. Next up, Thursday at Dartmouth. Remember, with so many teams in the new ACC, it now becomes an unbalanced schedule. That was whistled down before kick was taken. So Boston College will have the defending national champs Florida State on the schedule, current #1 team in the country. They'll have them at home on Saturday, October 12th at 7 o'clock under the lights here in Newton. Another free kick coming. That twists up high. Preseason #5 Clemson's on the schedule, #15 Notre Dame, and then #24 Duke. Those are all the preseason ranks. Natalie Grossa, first year from San Francisco, will come in for the first time today. Played a couple of minutes in the opener. But BC will not have Stanford, new addition to the league this year, national runner-up last year, now joining the ACC. They don't have North Carolina on the schedule, don't have Virginia. So it'll be interesting to see if they can continue to build that confidence. Do have some really hard games, but they'll also have some teams picked right around them in the ACC preseason poll. Don't play Pittsburgh, who's ranked number 7th this week. Carolina, as we said, who's number 5. Stanford, number 2. Will play number 1 Florida State. Number 14 Notre Dame. Virginia Tech at home, who's number 21. And Clemson, who's fallen out of the rankings despite starting the season way up. Chance here, knocked out by Prazo. And it's Nordstrom. Where only 6 teams will make the ACC tournament in women's soccer. It's actually down from last year, despite the conference growing. Theory being more teams have a chance to make the NCAA tournament, so it's that kind of conversation between, do you want everybody to get a chance, or do you risk some of those closer to the bubble teams potentially taking a loss in the ACC tournament and then that hurting their resume? Dre and Quarter have gone the distance. Everybody else subbed out for Boston College here in this second half, which has 2 minutes remaining in it. And BC is set to go to 4-0 on this 2024 season. Andy Barth has a goal. That's now, along with Sapienza, 7 goal scorers for Boston College in their first 4 games of the season. Out of bounds on the near side in front of the Boston College bench. In the final minute, here from Newton. On a hop for Cheeseborough. The other goalkeeper Boston College has is Faith Fenwick, a sophomore who came in along with Chris Watkins from Gonzaga, but is part of the Canadian U20 team. An opportunity for her.
Here we go.
Oh my God.
Final seconds set to come off the clock. Here in Newton. Most goals for Boston College in a game since October of 2018. Scored 6 today. And a 6-0 clean sheet. The Eagles are 4-0 here in 2024. Goals from Streisik, Sagala, Sapien.